You just bought a drone and potentially already launched it a few times, but the footage doesn't look like anything you see on social media. Let's see if we can learn a few extremely easy tips and moves to make your first drone footage look much better. Welcome back to the video and my channel, and if you haven't yet done so, please hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date with my latest content. Back to the drone footage. First thing first, before you launch your drone, you need to have a rough idea of what you're going to film. There is nothing worse than launching your drone, waiting until it reaches a certain height, looking at your screen and seeing absolutely nothing worth filming. Always do your analysis beforehand. Secondly, unless you are filming from a really high altitude, set your drone to a cinematic mode. It helps to smooth the footage and to remove any unwanted small moves that your camera might capture. If you do decide to fly really high, make sure to set your drone in a sport mode. This helps you cover more distance and ensure that the viewer sees at least some movement in your shot. Now, before we move on to the actual cinematic moves themselves, please make sure to let me know in the comments down below what other tips you have for beginners starting in the drone footage. Now moving on to the moves themselves. There is no need to learn any fancy moves or combination of joystick pressing because you can achieve a very good result with the following simple moves. Move number 1. Simply moving front or back from your subject. So if you imagine that this is your subject and you're flying high up in the air, what you want to shoot is you either passing through your subject above it or moving away from it, and this creates a very cinematic footage, the examples of which you can see further up in the video. Move number 2 is simple movement up or down while you're facing the subject. So if my subject was this phone and this is my drone, what I would do is moving up while focusing on the subject or moving down while as well focusing on the subject. This provides a new angle to your shot and creates some good cinematic footage if you combine it with everything else. This helps you to provide a different angle to a viewer rather than simple movement forward or back. Move number 3, and this is the last move that you need to know. I call it horizontal or vertical spin, and they're pretty much the same, it's just dependent on where your camera is facing. Horizontal spin involves turning your drone horizontally with your camera facing straight forward, and you have to do it very smoothly in order to make sure that you don't have any abrupt movements that make your footage look really bad. So again, it's simple movement left or right to show your viewer a 180 or 360 view of the spot from where you're filming. Once you see that you can get the shots that you like from the 3 movements that I just described above, you can start using the combination of these moves to make the shots look a bit more complicated and cinematic. For example, instead of simply moving forward or backward, when you move backward at the same time, you bring your drone up so it provides a wider angle of view to the viewer. Or similarly, when you're doing a vertical spin move, instead of simply doing the spin and looking downward, at the same time you would be bringing your drone up, which provides again some volume to your shot, which makes it way more cinematic than just the original move. If you do have an example of any other simple beginner drone cinematic moves, make sure to drop them in the comment section so I could take a look at that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below to make sure you stay up to date with the new content released weekly. If you have any suggestions on what topics you want me to cover next, please make sure to also mention it in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next episode.